In this lecture, I'm going to provide you with more information on what exactly does the package.json file does. Please note, this is just for illustration purposes only, so please do not follow through with what I'm about to do. This is just going to show you why we use and why we need the package.json file. So don't follow what I'm about to do, but it's just to give you a heads up. I'm going to give you a clear example of why we use the file. So we know that we've now downloaded and installed Cypress. And as you can see, we've got our project. So the previous project that we just set up, I've now got it open in Visual Studio Code. So if I was to minimize VS Code and go back to the desktop, then navigate to our project folder directory, you can see that we now have our two main files listed. Well, one folder and one file. Don't worry about the package.json file, but leave it there. So if I click on this specific node modules folder and click on properties, you can see that it's 21.7 MB. Now, if I go back to the main folder, click properties, you can see it's 21.8 MB. So most of the space or most of the bytes are contained within this specific node_modules folder, which contains all of our packages which are required to set up our Cypress framework. And if we go back to VS Code, you can see inside our package.json file that the dev dependency is Cypress. So for example, if I was to, let's say, send this project to other, let's say, developers, because the node modules folder is fairly large, it's not massive, but if I was to email this to someone, it's obviously going to take longer. So one thing that we can do is, again, I'm only showing this for illustration purposes. If I delete this node modules folder, so I've deleted all the packages, when it gets rid of the folder, it may take some time, so you just give it. Okay, so once it's deleted that folder, now our project only has package.json file and the lock file. So now we only have two files. If we go back and inspect the folder, so right mouse click properties, you can see it's now a really, really small size. So what happens now if I send the project as it is to someone else? We haven't got all our libraries listed. So what use is it going to be to anyone else? But here's a key thing here. The package.json file, it doesn't matter if we don't have our packages listed within our folders directory. The whole purpose of the package.json file is for us to give us the ability to update and re-download our packages. So if I go to the terminal window, so this was the existing terminal window that we had open. I'm going to type clear to get rid of all the previous logs. Now, if I type NPM install and press enter, let's see what happens. So again, it may take some time, but what it's going to do now is it's gone to the package.json file. It's seen that we've got Cypress listed, and as you can see, it's just now downloaded the Cypress packages again. So if I inspect the node modules folder, now you can see that Cypress is listed.